Thank you for joining me today on Good News with Twanda Black, where we're discovering some of the most inspiring trials to triumph stories and empowerment moments. Call up a friend and let them know it's time for some good news. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Good News. I'm Twanda Black, your host. We talk with folks from around the world on a variety of topics. So I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy my next guest. Hey, I want everybody to please welcome PAT SNIPES. She is director of Before Slavery Museum. That is shoring up. I mean, I remember when you started this effort years ago, and it is now here. How are you doing today?
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Twanda. I'm definitely a fan, so this is awesome to come together with you. I'm doing great. The museum project is moving along really well.
Good. So tell us about Before Slavery. I mean, why did you even choose this, or did it choose you to really, you really grabbed, and I can't remember how long ago. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a really long time. It was just concept in 2009, and I know. Wow. And so a lot of research, and a lot of years in just research, and then starting to accumulate artifacts and building elements that go into the experience. Because we like
what made you interested in Before Slavery?
So, that's something that we don't learn. Even as a child, I remember in school asking questions and being told, go stand in the corner or something, because we're not taught like who we are and what our experience was before the slave trade happened. So I remember in school being taught that we were that we came from, a bunch of savages who ran around naked, ate with, cleansed ourselves with our right hands and ate with hands. And I'm thinking,
it's just like we got dropped in, kind of like, hey, poof, we're here. No, there were things happening way before slavery,
That's right.
Yeah.
Well-organized societies.
So talk about that for a moment, and then tell us about the project, because again, this has been your baby for many years, over 10 years. So talk about that for a moment.
So really, when you go back and you look at where our societies were before colonialism and before the transatlantic slave trade, we were well established. We had sciences, math, they're quick. People are quick to say that our only history was oral, but that's not quite true, because we would share our history and continue to prolong or, promote our history through dance, through music, and written history.
Even food. We tell our history through food, yeah.
And then, of course, we had the historians whose job it was, their life's work was to remember details of our history and pass it on.
Yeah. And that is very significant, I think, because a lot of times in school and for a lot of people, we began at slavery. And so that's a whole negative connotation for everything, really. But to know that we came from, royalty and wealth and knowledge and science and all of that, that is an amazing thing to be able to tell our children. Okay?
So true.
And some of us adults,
So true. And even those of us who are not descendants of Africans, our neighbors, need to know a little something more about the rest of the American population, so that that we have that common, knowledge of each other.
That's a good thing. So tell us about the project and when everything's going to open and kick off.
So this is an exciting time. So right now we're working on our building, and so all of the contents are ready to go. So that's exciting to me. And we're working on the building now. So we're about to have a really big event coming up on October 17th.
Yes.
Sunday, October 17th. It'll be at Taylor Bronner Park in Smyrna on Atlanta Road. And so we're welcoming guests from all over the area and from out of town. We also have a hostess that will be dedicated to our virtual guests. So anywhere that you live, you can take part. You will be able to enjoy the festivities. You will have food shipped to you, the swag gifts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you'll really be engaged and involved in the whole experience with us.
You have some great talent lined up. I'm excited about that.
Me too. So those of you who know Milkshake Jazz Quintet will be performing at this gala. Also, the Ascendant Jazz. I said that backwards. Milkshake is a quintet, and the Ascendant Jazz Quartet will be there. We'll be honoring the former U.S. Ambassador Andrew Young.
Woo-hoo.
So yeah,
he's been a part of this for a while. He really felt like it was an important mission. So he's been in and out and a part of this almost from the beginning.
Right, from the beginning. I went and asked his advice in the very beginning. He was very welcoming, excited about the concept, and totally encouraging. And he's been a really important advisor. For time to time, I could turn to him and ask a question, and he's always been encouraging.
Yep. So, a Catalyst for Change. This is a benefit, a charity event. Tell people how they can be a part, how they can get tickets.
Good question. Thank you for asking. You can go to our website, is beforeslavery.com, and a little poster will come up on the site and a link where you can purchase tickets for yourself. You can purchase a table, bring some friends along, and enjoy this special evening together with us.
Now it is outside, but we're still in a pandemic, so there will be CDC guidelines in place.
Exactly. Yes, we ask everyone to please come masked. Wear your mask. We'll be socially, help with our health considerations. We will be spaced apart. There are large tables, and there'll only be a few people at each table. We also, in case the weather doesn't cooperate, we also have the ballroom, and that will be set up. So rain or shine, we're going to enjoy ourselves on October 17th.
That is awesome. So tell me about the museum and what we're going to see in the museum. Are there specific things? Really, tell me, did you learn something that really surprised you before slavery?
Oh, that's a great question. Okay, so the museum itself begins in the 1600s. And from there, we continue to go back in time and learning more and more about how our ancestors lived. So I guess, spoiler alert, you'll start out crossing a slave ship. And as you walk up on the slave ship, you will learn a little bit about the Middle Passage, because really our whole focus is about what happened before that.
Right.
But that's a good place to start. It kind of anchors us and gives us a starting point. But as you step off of that slave ship, you are in 1600s, West Africa, in a village. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and you learn a little bit about what the different tribes that we here in America came from. So we represent a very small portion of the folks who were taken into the slave trade. Most of them were taken to South America, Central America, and also Europe. But here in North America, we represent a small part of that population. But so we focus in on the tribes that Americans came from, U.S. Americans came from. And then we just continually go back from there. You can, but there are kiosks where you learn about each of these individual tribes, like commerce and staples, what did we eat, and just real cultural. And you see the connections between, what we enjoy today and what our ancestors, yeah, there's definitely direct connection.
So what was that thing that you learned that really shocked you?
Okay, sorry.
So what was that thing that you learned that really shocked you?
Oh, okay, yeah. So in this research, I met people in Africa, different tribes, and kind of got some, different facts and understandings about how people lived then. And it's, we read books that say that oral history is passed down so that it's not lost. But when you actually talk with someone who is in that bloodline of the historians, the griots and the Geelies, you actually you can feel and you can hear directly from someone to whom it's been passed down, and that's been really exciting. We did interview a beautiful woman who was 130 years old.
I remember that. Yeah.
Miss
amazing.
Mushuatu.
Wow. Now, where was she from?
She's from Zimbabwe. I'm trying to remember the village. It's escaping me now. But she's the one that got us interested in that Jerusalema, because she mentioned it in her interview that she was aware of this female leader, a woman leader back in the early 1800s, that her grandmother had passed information down. Actually, it was before that. Her grandmother had passed information down to her, but she actually met this woman when she was a young child. And that leader fought back the British and won. Now, of course, eventually they, were overtaken by the British, but that was one battle that they won. And to celebrate, they danced and sang the Jerusalema.
That's a huge trend right now. Huge.
Passed down for thousands of years.
Yeah. So everybody's doing Jerusalem challenge right now. It is phenomenal. It's fun. It's beautiful, but it's also meaningful.
It's very meaningful, and the whole song is, and the dance is commemorative of their homeland. And they say, Jerusalem is my home.
Yeah.
I do not belong here. Hold me, keep me. It's beautiful.
It is. It is. It is. All right. So we're going to wrap up. But again, tell us about the Pride Inside, the Change for Catalyst, and this whole event. I'm going to be there. I'm so excited to be in the house for this event. Like I said, a long time coming. So give us all the details one more time.
Okay. Well, we look forward to welcoming each and every one of you. Just go to the website beforeslavery.com, get your tickets in advance before we run out. Their tickets are limited. If you can't come in person, you can definitely still be a part of it virtually, and you will enjoy the live music. You will have your goodies that you can eat right along with us, and of course those swag gifts. So we'll be out at Taylor Bronner Park. That's 3180 Atlanta Road in Smyrna, Georgia. And we're welcoming great artists. We're so thankful that Twanda will be our MC. Thank you so much, Miss Twanda. To me, that is like the best right there, is that Twanda will be there in the house, enjoying everything with us and leading the way.
Yeah, I'm excited. What is the rest of your social media? I know beforeslavery.com, but what is the rest of your social media?
Okay, so we're on Facebook. You can search Before Slavery, and it'll come up as Who Are We Exhibit. So it's facebook.com/Who Are We Exhibit. And the same thing on Twitter, and the same thing on Instagram.
Right.
And we also have a YouTube page.
Okay.
And all of those will be, youtube.com/videos, Who Are We Exhibit.
All right. We are so excited. Beforeslavery.com. Definitely a movement in knowing our history before the history that everybody talks about, which is slavery. So beforeslavery.com. Pat Snipes is the director, and the museum is on the way. Thank you so much for joining us, Pat. All right. Love that interview. Look, to be a guest on the show, simply email me at twandablack@thepgnetwork.org or goodnews@thepgnetwork.org. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight. We'll see you next time. God bless you.